Either all of this is going to be an absolute banger, or it's going to be a bunch of gibberish and I'm going to feel absolutely awful. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John, and today we are going to be talking about something that has just been in my brain, and it's been stuck. It's like it's a curse for me specifically. And what that is Mass Effect. If you don't know about Mass Effect, I'm not gonna say that I'm like the top 1% Mass Effect player ever, but I do have all the achievements. I've perfected the game on Xbox. I don't have all the achievements on Steam. I need to get all the achievements on Steam, but I've been following everything, and I have all the achievements for Andromeda, and I've been following everything for BioWare and Mass Effect when it comes to Mass Effect 4. And I always sometimes in the past have released like theories that I've had about Mass Effect 4, but I really wanted to make a deep dive into one because I'm just gonna full send it. My top 3 games are probably Mass Effect, Warframe, and Left 4 Dead 2. Those are probably my 3 top games. So personally, whenever new information on Mass Effect comes out, I just immediately book it, and I have to learn about it. If you don't know anything about Mass Effect is a 3 to 4 series game. 3 Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 can be all bought together with the Legendary Edition. The Legendary Edition only fixed up the first game, but it also put more. The Legendary Edition fixed up the first game, but everything came out with all the DLCs, and so you got to really experience all of Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1 and the Mass Effect trilogy itself, you're playing as a man or woman named Commander Shepard, and you are basically building a crew and learning through space escapades about how to, I guess, save the world the universe, really. About most of the premise for the most part is about Reapers, Collectors, and then Cerberus and Reapers. The main threat in the game is fighting space aliens while teaming up with space aliens, learning some jokes, finding a really nice group that you're into. By group that you're into is building loyalties with the teammates that you have, and I don't know, just learning about the crew members on your ship. They put a lot of detail into Mass Effect, and I think that it is one of the best games ever made, period, plain and simple. What makes Mass Effect super amazing, though, is the Renegade and Paragon system. I personally am on the side of the world that thinks that not Paragon, but reputation systems are a must in video games because you need them to succeed. For your game to be replayable or anything like that, I personally believe you need a reputation system. Paragon, Renegade, good, bad, oh, they liked that, they hated that. I think it makes it so you have to either play the game a specific way, or you find an exploit, or you give your crew member gifts, whatever. I mean, there's ways to go about it in a not cool way, but Mass Effect, you have to literally do everything in a mission, like in the playthrough that you're doing, all side missions, damn near, to fill up your Paragon or Renegade bar. There's probably some glitches out there. I've never done them. I've always went through and like immersed myself into the story. Like, I've gotten a perfect ending once, and I found a secret ending in the game, all of which I will try to talk about in this video. And I'm gonna keep making videos on this, so this will not be the last Mass Effect video I make. And then you have Andromeda. I'm gonna talk about everything I talked about. Basically had to do with the trilogy. Andromeda kind of stepped away from all that. They wanted to do a different franchise. Instead of dealing with Commander Shepard, which is traditionally played in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, you move to a character named Ryder. Now, not everybody really liked Andromeda. The fact that the gameplay was a little bit glitchy on release, there was a lot of bugs, there was some not cool things about it, and they felt that I guess the atmosphere was pretty cut and dry. I think the atmosphere statements are pretty redonkulous. I think the gameplay's very nice in Andromeda. Like, there are some things about Andromeda I like over the Mass Effect franchise. I like the personality that they put into the characters themselves. Like, we finally see a female Turian after this entire time, besides the Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC with which is so. I want to like have gameplay of this in the background, but sadly I cannot put Mass Effect gameplay in the background just because if I start a playthrough, I would have to sit down for 100 hours and like play the whole thing. And I'm not against doing that. Check out the Twitch down below, and if everyone wants me to, I will totally live stream a perfect ending again. I've got it just straight in my brain that I can do it. 100 hours, one stream. I'm just kidding. That would be crazy. But you're probably sitting there wondering, John, why are you talking about this? Why are you bringing up Mass Effect? If you don't know, Andromeda and 3 have basically been the last Mass Effects that we've really gotten to play. We have nothing else for the Mass Effect trilogy or franchise, except they are working on Mass Effect 4. Now, I have been paying attention to every single leak, every single thing, and like just everything that has spawned in for the leaks, going down to, let me find the first picture. I'll find this starting with one of those, and then moving on. And I'm getting this so I can pop it up at the right time. But I have been paying attention to every single Mass Effect leak, every single trailer, every single little bit of information that they've literally just accidentally given to the public. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I have some theories. And this video is also just for me, just in case if either of these theories are right, I'm gonna feel like a complete badass. But if I'm correct, I have 3. Because I thought about this a while ago at work, and I wrote it down, and so I'm trying to recap everything I was thinking about. But I think I have a few theories, and I wanted to talk about them. So, in the beginning, we can deduce from everything that I've learned that the destroy ending, oh shit, this is gonna contain spoilers. Let me tell you right now, everybody, this is gonna contain spoilers. Yes, I don't want to spoil anything, but from this point on, I gave you the little thing on the destroy ending. I know that sucks, but bear with me, okay? Ready? Okay, so if you pay attention to which specific trailer, there is destroyed relays in the background. The only ending that destroyed the relays is, the destroy ending. And that's why they're rebuilding relays the entire time. And I think that has been a leak that everyone has just refused to do. And it's not to say that, oh well, if I did a playthrough and I did the save ending or I control the Reapers, that nothing's gonna happen. If you note, in Mass Effect 2, if you die during the suicide mission, you still can import a Commander Shepard into the next game. I don't think this detail is gonna change from that. Your decision will probably change the world somehow, but they will have to make every single little sliver of that make sense in Mass Effect 4. So I think that's a valid reason. I just wanted to kind of put that out there. There's resources that can tell us a previous game that will let us know that there's no way that your Commander Shepard is just, you're not gonna be able to play on that storyline. It probably won't be as good as you'd like it to be because it's not all canon, but they do have to make something canon at a specific point. For them to be cool with 5 different endings, there are literally 5 I think there's 4. There's assimilate, destroy, recover, and then there's a secret ending that I figured out that if you shoot the kid, a Reaper starts talking and he says, okay, the cycle continues. Awful. Literally awful. And I found that secret ending and I like panicked and I turned off the game. It was crazy. Anyway, so you have destroy endings canon. They're probably going to make it so you import a new Commander Shepard. What do we do about the characters that have died along the way? There's probably going to just be replacements. Plain and simple. Them bitches getting replaced, which does kind of suck, but I mean, at the same time, what do you expect? I don't, if a character didn't make it in the history of Mass Effect, those characters are just going to get replaced with a different name, a random name, and the story's not going to be as impactful, but it'll still be cool. And so for the people that are just like, whoa, I'm just going to hop right in, they're probably going to be very confused. And they're probably not going to like the game. But all long-going fans will know that as long as they keep making the references for the old characters that do exist, then the game will probably be pretty sick. I mean, most of the Mass Effect 2 cast is basically dead now, and Mass Effect 1, and they're all good, unless you goofed up in 3, then they're not good, then you only have Rex, which, that's only if you save him on Vermeer. Mass Effect 3, that crew is just the old, like, the OG crew is, like, the only people that are alive. Like, guaranteeing you, unless you fucked that up in Mass Effect 2, which, gotta hand it to you. Zorgs, if you're watching, shooting Morden, still crazy. Now, but I wanted to talk more in depth with, like, my specific theories on everything. My first theory is I think Commander Shepard is going to be put into cryostasis, and then we're going to go to the Andromeda system. Now, you have to remember, Ryder and his whole crew did this in Andromeda system, and Liara T'Soni knew about it, which means that there is a good chance that they send Commander Shepard, because they are very damaged. They're alive after everything, but they are very damaged. They are very not okay, but they're alive. I think the best thing to do would be to send him into cryostasis and then send him to Andromeda, because that way you preserve his lifestyle, you preserve whatever health he does have, and if you don't have the technology to heal him there, then if you send him to Andromeda, they eventually will have the technology to heal him there. I also think that we have to do right, or BioWare has to do some level of justice to the people that enjoy the Andromeda story more than the Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. The best way to win all parties, where everyone is happy, is if you make it so everyone can play as either Commander Shepard or Ryder. And the reason I think you need to make it so you can play as either Commander Shepard or Ryder is because then you can you can constantly play every single game. That increases replayability. It increases the storyline, especially if you play as Commander Shepard for a playthrough and Ryder for a playthrough, and they're two different playthroughs. The amount of absolute bangerness that would fucking be if I could play as literally either of them with two different storylines, both imported, but I have to import both my storylines, and it makes my Ryder pop up, like, and then my Shepard pop up, and they literally talk to each other based upon the actions that I've made in the previous game. Like, would that not be, like, literally, like, game breaking? That would revolutionize, like, decision based games, and that would be the new bar. And I think everyone would be cool with it. The story could be an absolute fucking stinker, but I promise you, if they import all of their secrets and then both Ryder and Shepard are alive, that would just be literally the craziest, most insaniest thing on the planet. Now, that kind of does it for my first theory, going to Andromeda as Commander Shepard. That one, give or take. The second theory I have has more to do with what we're gonna fight in the new Mass Effect. I don't think that we are going to be fighting anything that I know that the Reapers explained or the Leviathan basically explained how they were the first beings, and then this other ancient being, because the Leviathans existed before the Reapers, but they were wiped out by the Reapers, which were also Prothean, but the Leviathans existed before the Protheans, is very weird. Is very, not weird, but it's very confusing putting it all together. I'm not a lore monster when it comes to these things, and I'm not wrong with the things I'm saying. I don't care what anybody says. I can put my foot down on this. I've paid enough attention on the Mass Effect lore to know that I'm not wrong on this, like, at all. Alright, the Quarians enslaved the Geth, not fucking cool, but Quarians beating the shit out of the Geth, the Geth absolutely massacring the Quarians for generations is also not cool, but being in a civil war that's been going on for so long that the Geth and the Quarians don't know why they're fighting anymore, but the Geth do, that's what makes that whole thing weird. So I always try to get those two together, because they're just, I think they're very much confused, but bad on you, Quarians. You're lucky Tally's on my team. If not, Quarians would definitely be the most racist. On par with Morden. Creating the genophage was absolutely insane. Anyway, my bad. I'm rambling. But who we're gonna fight? My theory on that is there is a group of ancient beings that control the Reapers. The Reapers can say that they operate by themselves, but why destroy everything? Why evolve to just being the best? There's obviously reasons where some people would say, oh, I just want to be the best. But what happens whenever you've literally assimilated everything? It makes no sense. What are you assimilating? What are you assimilating for? Cerberus worked for Reapers. Reapers worked for Reapers. Like, I think I don't think the Reapers worked for Reapers. I think the Reapers had a bigger, scarier monster out there. Space is vast, very big, and I will not be surprised if there is something that has previously fought off the Reapers and won by themselves, or if there's someone that the Reapers were letting call the shots, giving other species opportunities to persevere and strive to be better than the Reapers. I think that's what we're going to be viewing, and I think that's what's going to be happening in these next games, is because I'm convinced that either there are still some Reapers out there that are going to be causing a ruckus, or there are beings that have fought past the Reapers. Because I don't think it's that far-fetched, right? It would just need to be a very advanced civilization that is ready to dominate. It would be like if Krogans had like the best tech alive. I feel like it would be something like that. It would be, because Krogans are already badasses, but imagine they had like super tech, like Reaper tech with Krogans. I think that's something that would just absolutely go fucking wild, and it would be just amazing to see amazing to see go down. And that one's another one of my theories, but that one kind of is open-ended. And with any of these theories, give your own. I want to hear other people's theories in the community, the Mass Effect community. This one I don't think is necessarily a theory. It definitely goes more into like my personal opinion, because I want this to happen because I think it would be better, but I hope they bring back Renegade and Paragon, and I hope the way that they bring it back, they make it so like decisions matter, but also, okay, wait, hold on, let me try to do this the best way I can. I hope decisions matter, but at the same time, the person you've had a relationship with, you actually can have a relationship with in Mass Effect 3. That one's kind of a weird one, but I feel like the way that they did the storytelling for, if you get with Liara to Sony, right? That's the relationship you can keep for every single game. That's your longest ongoing relationship. You could choose Ashley or Kaidan, but you don't really get much of anything more than a letter in the second game, and you pick up a picture. Cool. You actually, technically, on the Legendary Edition, that doesn't even count for an achievement, because you didn't stay in your relationship. There's nothing, and I tried everything. So if I'm just stupid, please tell me so I can go back and redo that. But the only reason they are to Sony is I think the best relationship in Mass Effect is because you can romance with her Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, but 2 is because you get that little cutscene that still doesn't count for keeping your relationship, by the way. You actually, in order to get the achievement where you're in a relationship 1, 2, and 3, you have to be in a relationship in the first one, cheat in the second one, and get your relationship back in the third one. Thanks, BioWare. Advocating for me being a bad guy. At least I can blame a higher power. With the Paragon and Renegade system, I think that's very important. And then making so the relationships matter more. Like, I want this to go into I think this one needs to be less serious. It needs to be serious in the beginning, but it just needs to be a fun game, in my personal opinion. Like, because at this point, we are all in love with these Mass Effect characters, right? I think what they did for Dragon Age could be what they do for Mass Effect. Everyone hated the Dragon Age trailer, and I think that's because they should do that with this is my take. I think Mass Effect would be better if they made it more fun, because we are already in love with these characters. We already like Garrus. We love Rex. I would rather be in a game where they're literally making jokes. If the Citadel DLC is the entirety of a game, I think we're all gonna enjoy that way more, with some very serious pulls and punches. But if we can sit down and have a great time with Joker, infinite conversations potential, like hidden dialogue that you can release for the other games, like something that can make me literally replay the old games. If someone tells me that there's a mod out there where it can improve like a shit ton of the game itself, and I can like maybe there's a mod where I can bring in all my crew members for a mission or something. If someone tells me some shit like that, I will literally go through and stream. I will go stream Mass Effect right now. I will stream the entirety of the game. This is already way longer, way about Mass Effect. But yes, I like Mass Effect. It is probably my #1 game of all time. I think it's a game I've played way too much, but I enjoy it thoroughly. And I know how to do a perfect ending. I've never done a Renegade playthrough, so maybe I'm not that much of a fan. But yes, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my ramble session. I apologize if you didn't like it. Have a blessed rest of your night, y'all. Don't forget to check out the Twitch and the Instagram and join the Discord. All links in the description below. And I will be trying to make some emotes for everybody. I'm gonna actually get on that because I feel bad. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, y'all. Peace out.